I'd like to talk to you for just a couple minutes about the importance of leadership. The area of leadership certainly has been written about by many people for a long time. However, it wasn't until very recently that we had good quantitative research on how leadership impacts student achievement. We now know that what principals do and what superintendents and central office people do matters in terms of student achievement. I'd like to talk to you again about specifically what principals, superintendents, and central office staff should be doing. So let me focus that a little bit in terms of principal leadership. The two things that principals do that really affect student achievement are, number one, formative feedback to teachers on their teaching. And when I am saying formative, what I mean here is that just like with a formative assessment, it's feedback on what we see in the classroom and how we think we could strengthen teaching and learning practices in the classroom. The second thing that matters most is teacher teams, or as we refer to them, data teams. It's the constant ongoing use of formative assessment data by teachers that inform their own teaching. So in the data team process, teachers look at a specific topic that they're going to collaboratively teach. They decide how to teach it, and they decide how they're going to assess it. This constant ongoing process informs teachers and makes a connection between the way we teach it and the outcomes that we get. So these are critically important practices for the principal to provide leadership on. Now, let me talk just for a minute about district leadership. Again, it wasn't that long ago we didn't have much information on what the district does to improve student achievement. That is not true anymore. We know a lot about what matters at the district level. The single most important thing that matters at the district level is a focus on instruction. Now, when I talk to superintendents and central office staff, what I see is that really not much time and effort is being focused on instruction by central office staff. This really needs to be reconsidered. And the way that we focus on instruction is by supporting principals and the data team process in the building. But this means going out and doing walkthroughs with principals, collaboratively learning about what high-quality instruction looks like and how well are we doing at implementing that in our district. The second part of that, however, is the idea of a district leadership team, which is broader than the central office. It includes the participation of teachers, support staff, principals, and other staff from the central office. These people guide the instructional work of the district. They also help to guide the work of the building leadership teams, which are trying to do similar work at the building level. But the district leadership team really looks at monitoring the implementation of the data team process and the instructional practices, and that their role and responsibilities are to support that work in the building, provide differentiated professional development to move that work forward. So again, leadership is a critically important component of the work that we do in districts, and most districts need to spend more time focusing on what I've talked about here.